Here's a simple question for you. What do people mean when they use the expression the means of production? What do they mean by that? What does that mean? More importantly, what does that actually mean? Because people mean something by it, and maybe what they mean by it is not exactly what it really ends up meaning when you get thinking about it just a little bit. Hi, I'm Kurt. This is the 5-minute summation for Saturday, the 26th of September 2020. And I'd like to welcome you aboard for a little conversation on the means of production. So here's the thing. When you talk about the means of production, there's a tendency to look at things and go, okay, if it's I'm trying to think of a business that's a good example, right? If it's a computer manufacturing company, right, they've got all of this equipment, all of these machines, and these machines are very specialized and sometimes very expensive to do a particular job. Same thing applies to things like MRI machines. Same thing applies to things like ultrasound machines and similar. So there's all these things that they have these special, very special pieces of equipment that they're using to do the job of creating these tools, right? These products. Products is a better term. Okay, so it becomes pretty obvious that you can count the machines, the tools, the various things that they're doing to be a part of the means of production, right? That seems to be a fairly reasonable statement. Okay, so what about farms? What about farms? Okay, so we could say maybe land, we could say maybe plowing equipment, we could say maybe reaping equipment, harvesting equipment. But back some time ago, it was pretty common for farmers to do most of the work by hand and alone. They might have a team of oxen or a team of mules, and they would go out there and they would plow a field and they would sow the field with seed that they had to procure somehow, and sometimes it was as a result of their reaping that they procured the seed, and then they had to protect that seed until the next time they were able to plant, right? And when you get thinking about it, you start to realize something. You know what the real means of production is on a farm? It's farmers. It's farmers, okay? In case you're not convinced, okay, just in case you're not convinced, imagine talking about people like doctors. How about lawyers? Computer programmers? You can argue that the computer is the thing, right? You can argue that the scalpel, the operating theater, is the thing. You can argue that the law books, that the computers that they're using, that the various legal reference tools that they have available to them are the thing. But here's the reality. The real means of production in those three industries is the people doing the work. That's who it is. That's what it is. That's what the means of production are. You want to learn how to write SQL and be the means of production for structured query language queries? The simple job of structured query language? I suggest you go get a cheap computer, download SQL Server, download the development tools, and teach yourself how to do it. And hey, guess what? Suddenly, magically, you'll become the means of production. And that leads to another point. And the other point is this. You go into a car manufacturing facility, right? And you ask yourself, do the people who own this car manufacturing facility know how to make cars? How big is the car manufacturing facility? If it's small, if it's one or two people, the answer is probably yes. Yes, they do. If it's a bigger facility, you go, yeah, no, they don't. But here's what you have to realize. Yeah, maybe they don't, but the thing about it is nobody in that facility knows how to do that. You're going, what? What are you talking about? What do you mean? One person might know how to make this part of the car, another person might know how to make that part of the car or minivan or whatever it happens to be, but nobody knows how to do it all. And if they do, guess what they're probably doing? They're probably either making one or two pieces of that car or training other people how to do the job that they're doing. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. And again, the equipment is lovely, but without people who know how to operate it, where are you going to go? What are you going to do? Right? So that's a pretty important consideration. There are a number of other considerations where this is concerned that I bring up in the blog article that I've written where I talk about this. And I'll just tell you, if you read that blog article, it'll probably open your eyes. Here's the thing I want you to understand. Talking about equipment, talking about properties as means of production, that's a pretty ridiculous thing, right? That's a pretty ridiculous thing. I want to point out one more thing because it's important. I wouldn't waste your time if I didn't think it was important. And that is that when the means of production have been traditionally taken over by somebody, it was not the people. It was some government bureaucratic entity under a often totalitarian or similar, government, and it never ever made its way to the people at all. So again, what are the means of production? You can argue that it's the equipment. You can argue that it's the property. But in reality, it's the people. It's the folks who learn how to do the things that need to be done to make a company successful. Okay, I am way out of time. I've said before, and I'm going to say again, I'm coming to the point where I think I'm going to have to just assume that it's going to take me longer than 5 minutes to do what I'm saying, do what I'm doing, and say what I'm saying. I may change even the title of my little videos as the course of time, as things move on in the course of time. But for the meantime, I'm going to leave it as it is. Thank you for watching. I hope you're having a good Saturday if you're even up and about. I know a lot of people will say there isn't an 8:30 or whatever it is on a Saturday morning, and this probably won't get uploaded till later, to be honest with you. So maybe that's not such a big deal. But thank you for watching, and definitely come back and visit me again. Remember to subscribe if you want to see what's going on my channel. Remember also to hit the like button if you like this particular video. And if you're doing YouTube, make sure that you do the notifications if you want to see what's going on my channel. And I should say, when you subscribe, it should be because you like generally what you see as content on the channel, not so much whether or not you like this particular video. Okay, again, you have an excellent day. Have a great Saturday. Have a good weekend. Hopefully you'll be nice and rested, but have got the things that you want to get done for your weekend. And in the meantime, I am going to sign off. I will very likely see you again tomorrow on Sunday, but if I don't, at very latest, it will be on Monday. You have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching this video. If you want to see more content from me of various kinds, you can go a number of places. One of those places is my blog, which is blogs.kpschubert.com. I have a Twitter, a Parler, and a Minds.com account, and my handle on each of those is @kpschubert. That is @kpschubert. You can also see my Facebook page, which is Kurt's Religion and Politics. I also have a YouTube account and a Rumble account, and have a channel on each of those. Again, it's the Kurt's Religion and Politics channel. And finally, if you want to support me, you can go to Patreon, and you can find me under Kurt's Religion and Politics there as well. Thanks again for watching this video, and have a wonderful day.